is it that makes people think that they can have the right to tell other people they can or can't get married, and only if it's done by a specific representative of the state? I asked this question in light of something that happened to me in this last week. I had been asked to perform a wedding. I've already performed 4 weddings in the last 20 years. And, I've been told you don't need to have a special license. You don't need to be an ordained minister like it is in most other states. Turns out that's not quite true. I only found that out because I was preparing to marry this couple and found out that I wasn't on the list of the approved people that could give marriages. Well, I didn't know I'd ever been on a list in the first place, so I did some calls and found out. See, the first 2 weddings that I performed, I had done when I was a youth pastor. So I guess technically I was part of the ordination. I had some kind of recognition from the state because I belonged to a church that had a specific state recognition, what is it, the 501c3, all those charitable stuff, the paperwork that makes you an official recognized church in the eyes of the government. Well, the second 2 weddings that I had done, I was no longer with that church, but I was a member of the leadership of a different church also that had the specific state recognized paperwork. Well, I'm no longer a part of such an organization. And so, that means that I would have to be I'd have to get this special license to be a wedding, what do they call it, commissioner, a wedding commissioner. So I could be commissioned to do a wedding. And I asked about it, and I'm like, well, so how would it work? Well, you could do it one of 2 ways. You could pay the $25 fee and then fill out the paperwork, and you could do any marriages, any weddings for a full year. But it has to be renewed every year. So you basically are paying $25 for the state to say, I give you the special power to marry people. You don't have to have any training, from what I could find. You don't have to be a part of any particular church or religious background. Just the state says, gami, you are now allowed to do marriages. Okay, well, what's the other thing? What if I just had this couple? Well, it'd be a $25 fee, and then you would have to be you'd be commissioned to do this one particular wedding. But in both cases, it takes a week and has to go before a judge. And so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why is that? And I'm reminded of the story of St. Valentine. Do you recall the story? Some people don't know. You see, back in Valentine's Day, he was a priest, and the Roman emperor of his time decided that he didn't want his men to have, seek any exemptions from government service or anything else by going out and getting married. So he outlawed marriage. Just plain and simple. Boom, you may not get married. The Roman state does not recognize marriage. Well, Valentine is like, hang on a second. In my view, God recognizes marriage. It's a special unction. It's something that's given. It's a way that people become more holy because they have to live with another person. And he's like, I'm going to keep doing weddings. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to marry whoever comes and asks me if I want to, I will marry them. And that's all there is. And you know what? He was executed for it. Executed. We now celebrate St. Valentine's Day, but a lot of people don't know how he became a saint in the first place. He became a saint by defying Caesar. And you know what? I'm wrestling with this because obviously there's the potential for, you get the license, you can do marriages, you can make a little extra cash on the side. And I'm thinking to myself, really? How about I just do a ceremony before God to whoever wants to? Wouldn't be recognized by the state, though, Steve. I don't know. I think I'd be in good company, don't you? That's my 2 cents. Love to engage you on this topic. Send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. You got a tip for me, whether a news tip or something you'd like to hear me do a commentary on. That email is valid for all inquiries. steve@radiofreespeech.com. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, buy a subscription at radiofreespeech.com, or you can become a Patreon patron. All that stuff, of course, is ways for you to be involved in this. The 30-minute version of the news gets emailed only to subscribers. So if you want more news than just the little 3 to 5 minute segments I've been doing, become a subscriber. You get the 30-minute full deal, more news than you're going to get anywhere. Thanks very much.